Hey everyone, welcome to episode 13 of Tuesday Tips. Today we're going to be going over a pretty interesting episode about when to do your PLL parity. Obviously, since we're talking about PLL parity, we're only going to be talking about 4x4 and 6x6. Since 4x4s turn better than 6x6s, and this is exactly the same, I'll just be showing you on 4x4. So, let's just start with a very simple example. Say that you have... Oops. Say that you have this case right here. You have two adjacent corners swapped. So there's a couple things you can do. You can do PLL parity like this with the adjacent corners on the right. That's going to give you an F perm. That's okay. Or you can do PLL parity like this with the adjacent corners in front or in the back. And that'll give you a T perm, which is obviously much better and very quick. Additionally, since you have the two adjacent corners on the right, you could do T perm beforehand, which will give you these two edges flipped, or you could do F perm, and then that'll give you these two edges flipped. Normally, in most PLL cases on 4x4 and 6x6 with parity, there are usually a few options that you can choose. It's very important that you kind of realize which option will give you the best PLL algorithm. A lot of the cases are pretty much just recognizing whether you want to do PLL parity and then an algorithm versus PLL parity versus parity into an algorithm versus an algorithm into parity. I'll go over some of the F perm T perm case I just showed you is one of the more simple ones. I'll go over some of the other fairly simple and easy to use ones before going to a couple of the tricky ones. So this case in particular is a very common one. You see we have what looks like a J perm, but then if you rotate it this way, we notice that we actually have a parity case. So in this case, what we could do here is you see if we do pure parity right here, this blue edge is going to come over to here and solve this, and then we're going to have this J perm, which is not as fast as if we do the good J perm from right here like this, we'll end up with pure parity. So in this case, you always want to do pure parity, pure J perm, and then parity. Similarly, in the mirror case, oops, is it this? No. Wait. In the mirror case, yeah, this is the mirror case. It's the similar thing. You have the solid bar on the right, you have this kind of corner here in front. In this case, if you do pure parity right here, it'll solve this edge right there, and you'll get the good J perm. So yeah, I encourage you to experiment around with a lot of these. Most of them are pretty obvious, they'll come to you very quickly. But here are two kind of trickier ones that you may not see as often. So this case right here is one of my favorites. It's not obvious what's going to happen, and if you're kind of a standard intermediate solver, it's going to be very easy to see that if you do parity from this angle right here, you'll get good R perm. And you know what, good R perm is pretty good. It's definitely not that bad of an alg. Definitely something that I used for a very long time. Additionally, if you did parity, the key here is that it's very obviously better than the opposite. If you did parity like this, you get good R. If you do parity here, you're gonna get G perm, as you can see here. However, if you kind of something I figured out a while ago is that in this particular case, which you've kind of got to recognize, doing good J and skipping the AUF will lead you straight into pure parity, which is very nice. Similarly, Similarly, you can do the same thing with good, the opposite J perm. Is it that one? Yeah. So similarly, this case right here, which is just the mirror, you can do a bad J. Oops. Oh my god. How do I do this? Oh my god, how do I do this? Alright, you can do bad J into parity. So don't forget it. Yeah, those are only the two very tricky ones I have right now, but yeah, there's definitely a lot of good cases out there.